Hey guys, welcome to Basically Physio. Today we'll be exploring a personal topic. It is to explain my first year working as a physiotherapist in an acute hospital in Singapore. Why I want to do this video is because I want to share about my feelings and emotions that an average performing physiotherapist goes through during the first 1 year working in an acute hospital. Who am I? I'm a physiotherapist working in Singapore, and as of this video's filming, I have left the acute hospital and going to the community sector to work. I have about 5 years of experience working as a physiotherapist now. So a disclaimer is that this video has my personal views only and it may not be 100% accurate or applicable for you. So this video will be broken down into the first day, first week, first month, first 6 months, and the first year, and a summary of the entire year. Alright, so now it's your first day of working as a physiotherapist, and welcome to the world of physiotherapy. So your first day you may start in batches, and they may include your university batchmates, so some familiar faces, but a lot of new faces also will be seen on the first day. If you have been to the hospital as a student during your placement, then welcome back. For the first day, you won't be seeing any patients. It will mainly be a lot of admin processes such as setting up your documentation account and introduction to the department by the bosses. You will also be introduced to your AHPC supervisor and the supervision framework, and you'll be starting off as a conditional registration physiotherapist. There will be a lot of information, hence it's very normal to feel very overloaded on the first day and in fact just the first year itself. My personal emotions on the first day were excitement, anxiousness and nervousness, and also just thinking about the future and wanting to be a good physiotherapist. Now coming to the first week, the admin processes such as e-learn and things like that will continue throughout the week. By this time you should have met your team during roll calls and you'll be introduced to them, and you also will know which ward that you'll be covering mainly. You may have started seeing cases with your AHPC supervisor, and some of you may even start to hold on to a number of patients. And you have to keep a log of your patients seen and discussed with your AHPC supervisor. You will also be exposed to department protocols, duties, e-learn modules and safety modules. So my personal emotions in the first week was that it was tiring, very overloaded and anxious because of so much of information. I also was feeling very unsure of my skills. Now coming to the first month of your working life, at this stage you should be seeing patients fairly independently for about 50 to 75% of the time, but you will be having regular discussions of the cases that you have seen with your supervisor. You'll still be familiarizing with the wards and the multidisciplinary team members within the ward. The routine of coming to work should have been settled, but it is likely that you'll still be feeling quite tired. For the majority of the physios, the intensive supervision of 4 hours a week will be over, and the next month would have lesser supervision of 4 hours every fortnight. However, for some of us, the continuing of the intensive supervision is normal. Nothing wrong with that, just take your time and learn with a good attitude. My feelings at this point in time was that uncertainty was very high, and that's quite normal because I was still getting used to the system, the working culture and just the working life in general. Now coming to the first 6 months of your working life. Usually in some hospitals this may mean that you have completed one rotation, but for other hospitals it may mean that your first rotation will take up to a year to complete. That was the case for me. For those who are rotating out, you may feel competent in the rotation but not an expert. This is because you haven't been exposed or seen or just treated the entire spectrum of the conditions that the particular discipline has. If you are not moving to a different team, then it is likely that you will take on some small scale projects within the team. At this point in time, you may have had some positive experiences with patients or your team members, which can be a motivating factor. At this stage, you will be also moving on to a AHPC L2 supervision, which basically means 4 hours a month for supervision. It will be less direct supervision, but still having regular discussions with your supervisor. At this point in time, my emotions was that I was very thankful to be in a well-supported team, but personally I still felt very anxious for the things that I did not know. Now coming to the first year of your working life, for most physios you would have completed your conditional registration and move on to full registration, so congratulations for that. Some of us will be fairly confident in the rotations done, while some of us may be scarred by the negative experiences felt in the rotation. For those who have felt negative experiences, don't lose faith, because as you try the different rotations, you will find out your strengths and you will see the meaning in the work that you do. At this stage, there will not be any more regular supervision hours, but within the team itself, there may be a mentoring structure available. The work routine by now should be a norm, but it is likely that you're still feeling tired. At this stage, you would have done a yearly review with your supervisor, and you can indicate your interest to them and also find out your areas of improvements. My emotions was that I was thankful that I met great colleagues in the past 1 year, but I still was very anxious for the other rotations that I've yet to complete. Confidence is slightly better than when I first started. So in summary, my first year was challenging personally for me, because hospitals tend to have a high load, and the grind of seeing many patients a day and just rushing around can be very tiring when you're not used to it. Things only started to get better after my first year, when I started to get the hang of working faster and smarter, and also doubting myself lesser. The common theme in the first year for me is anxiousness, and actually this is very common amongst first year physios also. So I hope to let you understand that anxiousness is normal and don't be too scared by that. Some tips include having a support system such as friends and family, and also being kind to yourself and being willing to learn. There will be negative experiences, but remember that they will pass, and one day you will look back and you may even share that to your juniors as lessons learned. And lastly, just have a life outside of work. Once again, thank you for your support, and do consider to subscribe to the channel if it has helped you. Thank you.